Welcome back here on the Roundtable on this Sunday afternoon. We appreciate you spending some time with us here. We like to call this show the premier kickoff program to the NFL coverage on Sunday afternoon. Spending a little time. You like that, don't you? We are so glad to have with us Tiffany Reynolds. She is from the Economic Opportunity Planning Association of Greater Toledo, EOPA, as we like to call it here on 13 ABC, that very condensed acronym that we like to put up there. But for the past 2 years, we have been doing kind of and I talked to you on the phone, I said, this strikes me as kind of the job seekers science fair to try to get that position out there. It's a reverse job fair that's coming up on October 5th, the end of this week. And as you guys are putting something like this together, what was your goal? And we see some video from years past, but what was your goal for the job seeker and the employer to get out of something like this?
Well, first of all, for the employer, my goal was to make it easy for them. One of the challenges that employers have is bringing the tablecloth, the peripherals, all the wonderful things, the books, the magazines, to showcase their business or their employer. But what they love most is coming and then perusing, meandering about, and taking a look at the job seekers. On the other end of the spectrum, the job seekers love it because they have an opportunity to show more of themselves, to show they have the spotlight now. It's like they're the next American Idol. Now they can actually put on their show. So they have their tablecloth there, they have their trifold, they have their little candies, their giveaways as well, all in an effort to showcase who they are.
Are there stipulations as to the do's and don'ts, what they can and can't do to try to entice those? I mean, you can't give away dollar bills, obviously, or can you?
If it works, if it works. I mean, you know, there's so much creativity, and we don't want to put a cap on anybody's creativity. This is why we kind of instituted a reverse job fair orientation. So they had a sense of the nice, appropriate items that would be best.
The ones that work well do what?
The ones that work well, that have a limited amount of information. Of course, the resume, trifold, some giveaways, if you will, and basically themselves. You don't want to have your table to be messy and all congested with information, but more so just nice and spacious, and just kind of spaced in such a way that it's more artistically presented of you.
Once again, talking about this reverse job fair that's coming up at the Toledo Lucas County Library on October 5th at 11 until 2 p.m. When you walk by and you see these presentations being done, you talk about a limited amount of information, even though this is kind of they go into this or should go into it as an interview?
This is correct, and this is why we really urge people to pre-register. You know, it's so important, and we still have registration available. Just want to put that out there. And those that are interested, just send me an email, treynolds@eopa.org.
Easy enough to remember.
Absolutely, just send me an email, just requesting that you'd like to be a part. I will send a registration form to you. You go ahead and apply, but get that to me because we're going to have October 1, which is Monday. We're going to have a orientation. We're going to have 2 sessions, one at 10 o'clock, 10 to 11, and then we'll have one from 5:30 to 6:30.
Is that happening down on Hamilton?
That is happening, correct. 505 Hamilton, yes it is, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, that was what I wanted to mention.
I wanted to make sure that we get out there just so that people understand what they need to deliver, what they need to bring as far as those bullet points. Should they come prepared to just give a bullet point presentation, a kind of trifold PowerPoint, if you will?
I would say yes and no. Yes, you should be prepared to answer some questions. Now, keep in mind, you'll have the employers kind of meandering about doing face-to-face interviews. So they'll be asking you questions like, you know, tell me a little bit about yourself. What makes you the supreme candidate for us? Or why should we hire you?
What kind of companies are taking advantage of this reverse job?
Well, we have a number of industries that will be involved. We have sales, people that's in the sales industry. We have people that's in manufacturing, people that's within transportation. So we really try to hit like 5 areas. And in that registration form, it kind of speaks to those industries that we tried to highlight. So those are people that we're trying to get there. And so right now we got at least 18 companies that are going to be in attendance, so we're happy about that.
And it's obvious that people who are interested in putting together a presentation, they need to do their homework first before they show up, because if it's not a field that they're geared toward, then it's going to be a waste of time, I guess, for them to put something on.
I would agree. And then, however, you do have people that have such an eclectic skill set that you may have a person that's in sales, you may have a person that's in manufacturing. So I'm sure their table will lend itself to both industries. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
because
of
a person wants to just kind of show forth all their talents. So we have some that's specifically in healthcare, and then of course that table will lend itself more to healthcare.
How important is, as with any job interview, personality can really play a big role. How important is it in a format like this? Because you're trying to take the intimidation factor out of it,
Correct.
obviously.
Correct.
Walking into a room, just
Correct.
one-on-one contact, you've got a room full of people. Does it help these folks when they go in there and have kind of the more inviting atmosphere of more people around? And how big of a part is personality?
I would say it's 75% having a nice personality. However, I get a number of shy people. This is why I like to do the orientation, because we want to kind of role play and basically try to get you to come out of your bag, because some shy people they don't have the la 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 kind of situation going on into them. But I will say though that there is that room to push yourself to be outgoing, because honestly, those are the people that get the jobs.
Yeah.
Because employers, by nature, some of them don't have outgoing personalities themselves, but that's the type of personality that they want.
Of course.
So yes, that is very key in having that.
You guys are partnering with the Toledo-Lucas County Public Library.
This is correct.
You've got a space there, which a lot of room, and you partner with the library once again, and this is a relationship that obviously has been working well.
Yes, love them. I just really appreciate them as well.
The details of the event, once again, the Reverse Job Fair, coming up later this week, Friday, October 5th, 11 until 2, being held at the Lucas County Public Library there at 325 North Michigan. The job seekers are the exhibitors, once again, and you just want to put that out there. Should they go into it with the mindset that this is like a science fair, a kid's science fair, go back to 6th grade in their mind and think, I've got to put on a little bit of a demonstration here?
Well, you know what, I would say yes, but with a smidgen of upgrade. Let's act as if this is the American Idol.
Okay.
And let's act as if, hey, look, you are getting ready to be put on the spotlight, and you better shine.
Yeah.
You got one time to make a lasting impression.
They don't need to make that ceramic volcano and have that thing explode.
Although that might be pretty creative,
Yeah.
creative actually. So and again, it's the creativity that wins its best. And keep in mind, simplicity is good as well. I remember one young lady, when we did this last year, her last name was Kiss. And so she had candy kisses, again, just to reinforce her name. We had another young lady who used a puzzle approach. So she had her area was sales. So she had business industry, and she said that she had great skills. And right in the middle, she had a puzzle piece, basically just said, I'm the missing piece from your organization. Good point.
Need to find that hook?
That hook, exactly. Branding yourself so you can in turn find employment.
All right, marketing yourself, obviously a very important factor in this reverse job fair, which comes up later this week. Tiffany, we appreciate you for spending some time with us here on the Roundtable, and we will look for you guys all later this week here on 13 ABC. Stay right there. When we come back here on the Roundtable, we're going to talk a little bit about an event. We talked about a Friday event. We're going to talk about a Sunday event that keeps getting better and better year after year, the Buddy Walk 2012. Right after this, our last segment coming up.